I'm Evelyn, and I'm a geoholic.
It's good.
I'm gonna take you to my house on the street. A long back train going clickety click. I'm begging like cigarettes, I'm begging like this, I'm begging.
Oh, yeah.
How good is that?
We're going to have some fun.
Welcome back, Geoholics. Episode 171.
171.
We got Sean with us this evening. Producer Sean, how are you, buddy?
Oh, man. Outstanding.
Yep.
Going a mile a minute. Everything is great. Life is great. Family's great. Work's great.
Good.
Just busy as all hell.
Awesome.
Running around. Everything's awesome.
Fantastic.
Happy to be back.
We are back.
It was a little bit of a delay.
The big news, of course, is
Got to get it out. Let's do it.
We are in the new studio officially. This is our first episode in the new studio.
Literally got the keys yesterday, moved in all our crap, hooking up the studio 5 minutes ago.
It's gonna be a fraternity house.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We already the first thing we did was Kent's like, oh, the kegerator should go over there and the fridge. And I got this cool Miller Lite sign that can go in the corner. It just felt like college all over again.
Oh man, to be young again, right?
Picking up furniture off the side of the road, typical stuff.
Oh my gosh. Yep. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, I'll tell you what, we got a lot to get to tonight. So why don't you just jump right in? Tell us about that opening number.
Oh man, that was Parker Millsap. And a song called Hades Please. Parker Millsap is an American singer, songwriter, and musician born on March 15th, 1993 in Purcell, Oklahoma. He first gained attention with his self-titled debut album in 2014, which was praised for his powerful vocals and unique blend of country, blues, and folk influencers. Millsap's music often deals with themes of religion, mortality, and identity, and has been compared to artists such as Bruce Springsteen, Tom Waits, and Bob Dylan.
You know what? Religion, morality, and identity. That's pretty deep.
That's a lot for me right now.
It is, right?
I can only take one of those at one time.
Republican.
Oh, man. We are, of course, as we mentioned earlier, in the Diamondback Land Surveying studio. Of course, they are the sponsor of the studio.
The new and improved
New
studio.
and improved. We got to get TK here. He's going to be blown away.
Oh, he's going to lose his mind.
He is. He's going to want to move in.
Yeah. He's like, I'm sponsoring this?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
We will, once we get it all situated and everything, we'll post some pictures and kind of show you exactly what the new digs look like. But I'll tell you what, I could sleep here.
I fully expect that you will be sleeping here.
At some point.
Yeah. We got the couch.
At some point.
We got the couch
Megan
from the
hear
old
that,
office.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Leave.
You have a place to go? She'll toss you.
Hey, thank God it's only 15 minutes from the house, right? 5 minutes from Sean's.
Two.
2 minutes.
Two door to door.
With that, let's real quick. I see we got a little whiskey in front of us. Let's do a
You
shot.
are welcome.
To
A little
the,
smoke wagon?
Little smoke wagon.
Little-
Yep.
little
Cheers,
commensurate,
everybody. Yep.
First of many.
Yay.
Cheers, everybody, to the new
Cheers.
studio.
Here we
Breaking
go.
it in.
Breaking it in.
And we need to make mention that Michelle Pauly,
Oh, absolutely.
let's give her a shout out.
We got to
She
take
was-
a second for Michelle.
She was our commercial real estate agent,
Okay.
and we had her on the show before,
Mhm.
established a relationship, and she just hooked us up. I mean, 5-star review for Michelle.
Oh, yeah. Totally helped
Helped
us
us.
out.
Yep.
What do you need? Immediately got us in some places. Took
Yep.
care of all the stuff that we didn't even know what was about, and
Yeah.
got the keys and moved
Helped
in.
us
It's
with
awesome.
a
Yeah.
lease agreement and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and she probably made 5 cents off the deal.
Oh, yeah, if that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kindness of her heart. And the reason I even thought about that is because she also brought us that bottle of smoke wagon.
She did. Yes,
After-
she did.
or
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
when she was
those
on the
for-
show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for her episode, yeah.
Yep. So double dipping there.
You could say that.
It was half gone. So she's like, I got a place for you.
Oh God, so funny. All right. Time for the Airworks somewhat random trivia. Big night. It's draft
It
night.
is a big night. It's NFL draft night.
So I have a feeling that this might have something to do with the NFL draft.
It does, of course, because it's the big news.
Yeah.
By the time people hear this, it will be after the draft is over. But here are some NFL draft trivia nuggets. Today's draft is the 88th,
Wow.
which is crazy because it's before the Super Bowl era, right? It's
Yep.
as long as.
Oh, yeah,
we're
right.
only on
no shit.
Super Bowl 50-something, so it's been around a lot longer than that. In the first 69 drafts, 15 Hall of Famers were selected at number 1. 6 number 1 picks have quarterbacks their teams to a Super Bowl title. Joe Namath, Terry Bradshaw, Jim Plunkett, Troy Aikman, John Elway, Peyton Manning, and Eli Manning.
Interesting.
3 teams have never picked first overall. That's Baltimore, Seattle, and Denver. 3 colleges have the most first-round picks. Who do you think that is?
What do you guys think?
Alabama.
Alabama's one.
Yeah. Well, not one. They're one of them.
They are one of them.
Who Joe Namath played for?
Yeah, I'll get to that in a second, too.
Ooh,
Texas Tech.
Bear.
Nope.
Ohio State.
Ohio State is another. Actually, Ohio State has the most, and there's one in the middle. They're always good.
California school. It's got to be.
It is. It's
USC?
USC.
USC. There you go.
I was going to say Elon
Yep.
Musk.
Yeah, and 3. So that was first round picks. 3
Yeah.
colleges with the most NFL picks are the same 2 schools plus one other one.
It's got to be an established
Very established. It's
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. It is very nice. Very nice.
I was going to go with Madden.
And to piggyback on what
I
Will
I guess
create
said,
some dope players.
Will mentioned Joe Namath went to Alabama.
I did not know that.
And tonight, 2 hours ago, the Carolina Panthers, my team,
Yeah.
selected Bryce Young from Alabama, number 1 quarterback. That's the
Mm.
first time Alabama had a number 1 pick since Joe Namath.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, he played
Wow.
for Bear Bryant.
I did
Yeah.
not know that. I didn't know he went to play in
Molded him.
Alabama. Interesting. And good luck with that pick, Sean.
Yeah, I am big on no short quarterbacks, and we drafted a short quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a tough
But apparently he is smarter than the other guy that we were thinking about getting. So this question came up: do you want the athletic, tall dumbass or a smart short guy?
one. That could go a lot of different directions.
It really can.
I can,
It could.
I
You-
can
we-
think
that's-
of
that should be
one.
one of our trivia things. Is like, who are the dumbest quarterbacks ever?
Yeah, interesting.
I could name a few for sure.
Definitely name a few.
Ryan Leaf.
Do you consider him the biggest bust?
nah.
No way.
Really, he's a pretty big bust.
No,
Think about it.
There's so many more.
Think about that though, because if I-
Remember, like Jamarcus Russell, like
horrible,
but
Yep.
there's bigger ones. Who was the?
bigger than that.
It was the linebacker from the.
Oh.
Remember the guy with the mohawk?
Bosworth.
Yeah,
Boz. Brian Boz. I
Bosworth.
love that
Yeah.
guy.
Boz, dude, he's an actor. He's an
He was the best marketer. That's the deal. That's how he got up there like that.
But he is historically known as one of the biggest busts
That's a
because it
great
was all
ESPN
hype and
He was a great college player, though.
yes,
There's a ton of great college players that just can't make it in the NFL.
yeah. I think
Oklahoma, right? He went to
Dude, I'm
Oklahoma.
good on
yeah.
fucking
And then he was
PlayStation.
drafted by Seattle.
Yep.
yeah.
Kyler Murray, just to name one.
Yeah.
What was that?
I said,
I don't even follow football, but I don't like him.
fantastic college player, but he's just not going to be a good NFL player.
Yeah, that's
don't
what
like
I'm hoping. I'm getting some of the Kyler Murray Jr. references.
Junior, he's
on
shorter?
this Bryce Young. Oh yeah, yeah, shorter and skinnier. He's
He
like
is skinnier.
Yeah, he's
Not much
Gonna
taller.
pick him up at
You know.
daycare on the way there.
it's bad. I mean, but I am now in 100% in the Bryce Young is the best ever camp.
Yeah.
It went from I hate that guy, and now he's on my team, so he is infallible.
Yeah, for sure. And you got to thank the Bears for that because the Bears had number 1 and made a trade.
I'm not thanking anything. We gave you a pile for that one.
Yes, you did. And
So
I think it was a
you
good
should
trade
be
for the
thanking
Bears.
me.
I was sitting at Zips watching the Cardinals trade their way up and down the line.
Really?
Like, what the?
Yeah.
Oh, they
I
went
can't
from
wait to
number
see what they
3
did.
to
Yeah, they
number
traded.
2.
They traded down?
Yeah,
Then they traded
down.
back up to 6. And
Did
I'm
they
like,
really?
Oh yeah, they're just like, they're like,
Interesting.
we don't know what we want to do. We keep dropping this thing.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. All right, let's move on here. Time for the Advanced Geodetic Surveys Weekly Words of Wisdom. This is really good because we have a couple small business owners / entrepreneurs with us this evening. I am convinced that about half of what separates the successful entrepreneurs from the non-successful ones is pure perseverance.
Oh, 100%.
Definitely.
Right? I can't wait to hear what the other half is. Let's get these guys in here. Really, they need no introduction. First of all, we have the one and only Tim Evans, episode 2.
Episode 2.
Right?
Episode-
Pioneer.
Came back.
The OG.
He took the pill, but I came back. Like
The
that
only-
thing you catch.
The only episode that was ahead of Tim Evans was Abraham Lincoln. So he is in.
And I saw that dude, and I was not impressed.
Yeah.
He looked like
I looked at myself in the mirror, and I looked at him. I'm like, I'm a better president.
You know, what we really should have done is pulled some of the audio from
Oh my
the
God.
second episode,
Oh,
and
dude,
some
you
of.
know what?
I'm sure there were some
Hell,
gems
yes,
on there.
There was.
Oh my
I-
God.
I'm sure that it
Here's
would have
the
been.
thing,
It would have
though.
been a younger me.
if you go back and look, and I looked today, as a matter of fact, Tim's episode had 827 downloads.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's pretty good.
That's
and I only
good.
own one
Good.
computer.
Yeah,
That's getting up there. So you know he's only good from one of those. And,
Yeah.
his mom had the other 500.
yeah, exactly. But Tim, real quick, just do a self-introduction. Name your company, how long you've been serving, and whatever else you want to share with the folks.
So yeah, Tim Evans, or Timothy if you're a process server or any kind of child support thing involved. Evans Professional Land Surveys. Didn't think that name was going to be so long when I wrote it down.
Mm.
But every time I have to sign it on an email, I'm like, oh my God, fucking for real. Go down to just go change PLS. I'm like, oh, but that's an EPS group, and then there's this big old thing
yeah.
because ADHD kicks in, whatever.
Yeah.
So been in surveying, like, let's see. So I'm 43 just recently. So that means 23 years surveying.
Wow.
Still, I thought I was going to be a cop. Still waiting on that.
Still waiting on the
I went and
opportunity.
did the test. That's how I became a surveyor. I
waiting
went,
for
I
your
went to
phone
test
call?
to be a cop, and my buddy's like, "Hey, you want to come be a surveyor?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's just for the short term."
Yeah.
Here I am. I'm like, so
Gets in your blood,
company's been
right?
around, and dude, I just
So
I
how long
keep
have you
doing it.
how long have you had your own gig?
I would say it's been 7-8 years.
Wow.
Somewhere around there.
Crazy.
Licensed for about 10.
Yep.
And gets more expensive every year.
Yeah, no doubt. We're going to get into that for sure. And we have Will Wing with us. Will needs no introduction, of course. I mean, probably the most, active, prominent social media surveyor on the planet. Will Wing.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
I was about to say active, prominent. I'm like, predator? I've seen this on the internet.
Hey, seriously, the power of social media, right, Will?
Oh yeah,
Dude,
it's-
I mean, you are crushing it.
yeah, it's been great just to have a platform to show people what we do. You
Yep.
know that the everyday, the real life stuff. You
Mm.
know, I mean, we do a lot of outreach stuff. We try to talk to people, and but again, like if you try to explain what you did to somebody in 10 to 15 words, it's really hard to do. But if you
Yeah.
have pictures, I mean,
Yep.
there's 1,000 words right there. I mean, I could show you 2 pictures, and you're gonna have 15 questions. So
Yeah.
anyway, and that's kind of how I got into it. I was just, regular, high school kid just getting by, probably could have done a lot better, but wasn't really motivated. And then, got kicked down to community college and realized, we better figure this out. But it was a blessing in disguise because
Sure.
that community college, which if a lot of kids out there listening don't know, even if you don't do good in high school, 1 semester in community college and pretty much wipes out all
Yeah.
your SAT,
Yeah.
ACT.
Dude, that's a great point, actually.
And a
Yeah.
lot of people don't know that. And I
Yep.
mean, you go knock that out and you can take twice the classes for half the price.
Yeah.
And
For sure.
I had to
And you figure out what you're good at.
yeah, and you see some
Mm-hmm.
people there and you're going, wow, okay, I need to buckle down here. Let's go. And
Yeah.
and so that's how I got into it. And I was taking a geology class and had a professor that, I told him I'm here to transfer to New Mexico State where my girlfriend was going.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you going to do there? I said, I don't really know, but this is cool. Maybe I'll do geology. He's like, why do you want to do geology?
Yeah.
You're not going to make any, I mean, without pursuing it further, he goes, what do you like about it? I said, we're out here making maps. We're scaling maps and we're finding, the mountain, and this is great. And he goes, well, you got to go talk to the survey department down there. And I went down there to visit my girlfriend one weekend, and they literally took me in with open arms. I mean, took me to lunch, took me to happy hour.
Yeah.
Right?
So wait,
It's like me when I'm like, you'll show up.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And
so this was your geology instructor
yes, at community college.
at community college.
Yep.
But first of all, I mean, it's pretty amazing that he even knew about surveying.
He did, and
Because think about it, if it wasn't for him making that recommendation, who knows where you'd be right now?
yeah, exactly.
In a dumpster, living by the river.
Yeah,
Hey,
'cause
there's nothing wrong with that, Sean.
Yeah, he's definitely not a fan. Definitely not.
Right.
yeah,
He's much
so-
more of a dumpster guy.
You know, it's funny you say that. I think back to the first time I ever like heard about surveying and didn't know. I think back to this science teacher I had, Mr. Dassinger. For some reason, it comes up because I remember he mentioned his divorcing class one day. But he's like, yeah, if you go through the desert, you'll see these little brass discs about every mile or every
Really?
half mile and
Interesting.
everything. Like, I remember that to this day. And I remember hearing it, and then I carried it with me till I became a surveyor. And then one day I'm like, oh,
This is what
well,
he was
that's what he was talking about. And then
Yeah.
like in those brass discs, they lead
Yeah.
to divorce, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Ultimately.
Well, yeah,
This-
and
all
there's
the
history
roads
behind
go
all
to
of
the
it.
road.
That's- yeah,
Yeah.
the history.
He was pretty. He let us know details about the divorce. He's like, doesn't like me anymore. I'm like, I want to go home. I'm in danger.
So it seems like your mentors might have been a little bit different than Will's mentors. Your mentor is talking about divorce, and Will's mentor is talking about.
Who introduced you to surveying? Besides, like once you got into surveying, like who did you work with? Like,
Honestly, I was, one of the few, because in New Mexico, it's one of the few states that you have to have a 4-year degree.
Freaking
and
degree,
It's because they offer it, right? So,
Yep.
So I would say 60 to 70% of the students, we probably had a good 30 or 40 students, but 70% of those were already adults that had already worked in the field, and they came back to school because they needed to get that school.
That's how I
to
went.
get
That's
their
how I got.
license,
That's how I got
right?
my license too. I
So-
was already in the field forever.
But at me as a, transferring from community college, kind of like, I like to off-road. I want to get paid to go off-roading and hiking, and then I meet these, we're in the classes, and these guys they've been out there, they've been in the field, they've seen all this stuff, and they're asking questions, and I'm kind of like, God, this is way over my head. I'm, what are they talking about, and the teachers are connecting with them because obviously they're, they know what they're talking about, but there's probably 6 or 7 of us in there going, wow, and so it took, a couple semesters for them to kind of, not look at you like a little kid,
When I was going to school at Phoenix College, a lot of people were. There were surveyors that were already working in the field and everything, and realtors.
right?
Realtors. I'm like,
Right.
I just want to see what legal descriptions are about. I'm like, okay.
That's great that they're asking that question. I mean,
Yeah.
Thank you, Korean Jesus, for bringing this one in my life.
So one of the things I'm hoping we can talk about this evening is we've spent, going on 4 years of this podcast. Like we mentioned, episode 2 was August of 2019. So over the course of the last almost 4 years, we have identified all the challenges, I think, that exist in the survey profession. And there are a lot of people doing a lot of different things to address each and every one of those challenges. So I hope we can focus more on the good things about surveying, right? Versus we know where there's a shortage. We know there's this. We know there's that. Let's focus on what people are doing to make a difference. Sound good?
it's great.
And a difference in what?
Well, just in working our way out of some of these challenges.
Okay.
Like the fact there's a shortage. There's so many people doing different things. Of course, you got the Get Kids into Survey movement. Trent Keenan is very, very active, or, his company is active on social media and stuff like that. Will, of course, active on social media. There's a lot of different things happening. And, let's just kind of talk about, the positives of being a surveyor. And Tim, I mean, it's been a very lucrative career for you.
Yeah.
You've done really,
Recently.
really well. Yeah.
You bet on yourself. Like, bet on yourself. You hear it, right?
Yeah.
And take a chance on yourself. Yeah, you can. But yeah, it's been lucrative. And thing is I took on this mindset where if you need something, you buy it. If you say no to a job, someone else can say yes to that job, and then that's their client now, and you lose that. So
Yeah.
it's been
Yeah.
really lucrative. But
So wait a second. Are you saying that every time you needed something, you bought it, and every person that asked you to work on a job, you said yes?
No, there are some people that you can hear them on the phone. You're like, yeah, I can't wait to ignore this email.
Yeah.
Sure.
There you
I'm
go.
like, can you pre-block somebody?
Yes. Go ahead and send me an email. That's Kent@thegeoholics.com, and he'll get right back to you.
But I really do look at things like, okay, is it expensive? Yeah, it's expensive. But what surveyor do you know wants to end up like? I remember I went to an office of yours and I saw 35 base stations
Mhm.
piled up, and
Yeah.
and they were what were they? Worthless.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
And I'm like, dude, this is not going to be me.
Why were they worthless?
So age
They're old,
obsolete.
Oh,
obsolete. Yeah. But there was a ton of them.
Ton.
Because we.
Dude, but you must have had 20 of them.
Yeah, because we acquired the hardware from Wood.
Yep.
And they were a pretty big operation at one time.
Not even an old round, like square ground planes. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. There was a ton of old stuff there.
Put this
yeah.
on the internet.
That's the stuff
But that's
that
a challenge, though, right? Because I mean, you
What do
can't
you
win.
spend your money on?
You can't win with technology. You really can't, because what you buy today, sometimes in 3-6 months, I don't want to say it's outdated, but there's a newer version.
So let me ask you: is it the typical like, don't buy the new model vehicle
know.
because it's got to work out the kinks
great
first,
question.
and then buy the second year model?
No, I'm all over that because
Yeah?
the first thing I do when I go to do anything,
Yeah.
I'll email Altera Scott and the
Yeah.
guys be like, hey, I'm getting ready to upgrade to Windows 11. Is this going to be an issue?
Yeah, right.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I usually let it float 6 months,
Yeah.
maybe
Okay.
a year before
Yeah,
I jump
that's
in
fair.
anything.
Yeah, and some of that old stuff works just fine. I look at Will now, and I see some recent videos that he posted on social media, and he's got R8s out there. Some people be like, R8s? Are you kidding me? Now we got the R12Is and this and that. What are you doing using R8s? What do you say to that, Will?
it's
It works.
like I said, like my dad and grandpa always said, you take care of your tools and they'll take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you look at where we live. For 70% of the jobs we do out here in the desert, we don't have a tree canopy.
Yep.
So I mean, an R8 with single, GPS stations, we're still, 6, 7. I mean, I see some guys always, they're in South Africa and they're commenting like, I can't even remember when I used to only get 5 to 7,
Throwing their satellites in the air.
But out here, it works. And when you're looking for monuments that are 107 years old,
Yeah.
and you're having to dig 2 to 3 feet down to find
Yeah.
them.
Yep.
I mean, these things they're bulletproof. And I
Yeah.
mean,
They are.
If you have solid, workflow principles and you take care of your equipment, I mean,
Mhm.
this stuff
you learn to
sure.
streamline to whatever you have.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, I was listening to TK the other night. I started out the same as him.
Yep.
I didn't want to finance anything. I just kind of buying stuff as I could and just still working another job and just trying to keep that going until you can finally make that
Yeah.
jump. And it's
Yeah,
you're
watching that hit on your bank account when I don't like financing shit either, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I had no, I don't have money anymore.
Yeah, I don't have money anymore.
right. And
I was having a good quarter. No, not so much anymore.
Yeah.
I probably listened to TK's podcast the other day 2 or 3 times, and I mean, he hits every nail
Yeah,
right on the head
for
as
sure.
far as what to do when starting a business. I mean,
right.
it sounds like a great idea, and you think you can get all this stuff, but there's a lot more. I mean,
Dude, there was so much more to it than I thought.
surveying is the easy part. Once you get going, I mean,
Yeah.
and you have to be professional. You have to answer every email.
I do have to ask you, since you started your business, how much different are your methods? Are you, even like your template for your CAD? Like I looked at something I did like 7 years ago. I couldn't believe how dumb I used to look. And now I'm like, oh man, look how much I'm still learning. I'm
Yeah,
still
it is.
picking up.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of analogies you can make to running your own survey business with a fishing boat. It's hard to drive the boat, bait the lines, cast it, and fish
Reel 'em
all
in.
at the same
Oh my
time.
God, dude.
You know what I mean? And the whole time you're catching, you're catching striper, but you're watching massive, swordfish
yeah.
go by, but you don't have the bandwidth, you don't have the bait, you don't have the,
You
the
know how many
rigging to be
requests
able
for
to
proposal I get for these giant highway projects?
exactly
That if I worked for Kiewit or anything, I'd be like, yeah, I got this.
right.
But
Yeah,
now I'm
but-
like, I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
But but you got to keep the boat moving. You got to keep the crew happy. You got to keep, and you're eventually going to move to the next boat. And so that's what your sights are on. And it's just the workflow to get there. You get more efficient, and then you learn. You try to take one cove. You think they're biting over here, and holy shit, there's a bunch of just sharks in that area.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of there. But it
Good
looked
analogy.
so great, and it was so inviting. But then sometimes I've been bitten by some
Yeah, dude,
very welcoming opening arms, and
You know what? But over the years, you can almost hear them when you talk to them.
Yeah.
The first phone call, you
Yep.
can hear how aggressive they are, or if they say something to the effect of like, "Well, this other guy isn't working out for you," and you're like,
or this is the
most
small
surveyors,
one. Yeah.
most surveyors, we work out. Like we're not out here to screw anyone over. So I'm like, I got a call about Hubbard the other day, being
Yeah.
like, they're just they can't keep up with this. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, they're way bigger than me.
Yeah.
Maybe
Right,
it's
they can't
you,
keep
not
up with
them.
me. With you. I'm like, oh, you want me to come out there and be like, what?
Yeah.
I'm also not going to come out here in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's unrealistic expectations.
Well, that's
It
what we were
is.
talking about
That's what
before.
that is.
That's
Before we got
mismanagement
here,
of the
was
project.
Yeah.
Like it's the Hollywood surveyor. It's let's get out here. And, oh man, we need to survey this. Let me call my survey guy, and he shows up 20 minutes later, and surveyed it in 20 minutes, and they're stick in the ground, and you're off. And like that's just not how things work. But what I also hear is you talk about adding technology and getting. It's not just the technology, but it's your template, your QC methods, everything has to evolve. Like you can't just go out and buy the newest equipment if you don't know how to use it, but two, you don't have a process in place to
Dude,
take
I
advantage
have
of it.
Streamline. You've seen my truck. I've got the RAM. I have my laptop sitting right there on my truck. I can literally do anything you want. Yeah, I can let me go sit in my truck for an hour, and I'll be right back, and I lay it out for you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm going to charge you as much as if I had to call into the
Right.
fucking office.
Well, yeah, you have to.
Exactly.
Well, no, there's a
fucking have
second
to.
person
Well, you
in
were
the
only on for
office.
4
Yes.
hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, the old mechanics analogy, right?
Yeah.
You're paying for the years, not the hours.
Yeah, exactly.
I figured out how to streamline this shit. You're going to pay for it.
100%.
You want it
100%.
done in 4 hours? I'll do it
But-
in 4 hours.
I mean, I think, and I'm, hopefully I'm not speaking out of turn, but I think that the majority of people that are probably in both your guys' position do just what you're talking about. Like, I got it done in 4 hours, even though it's the 30 years of experience that allowed me to get it done in 4 hours. I'm just going to charge you for the 4 hours.
That's what I do.
But are you telling me that what are you
can't.
selling then? You're selling them a person that has 2 years experience?
You sell the repeat. They'll call you
Yeah,
back. They know you'll get it done in a short amount of time, and then they'll know you'll be fair. I got a guy out in Gold Canyon. I've done 100 houses for him, and every time he questions the bill, I'm like, Vince, dude, I have not once fleeced you. And they, oh my God, it's $100 more than last time. I'm like, come on, man, and they're like, and you almost get offended because you're like, dude, of all the professions I would think that would cheat, we aren't it.
Yeah.
Engineers, I can't see an engineer. They're so goddamn slammed all the time. It's like architects, no. I'm like, maybe materials testing. Maybe they're the snakes. I don't know.
They're not.
But,
They're-
dude,
they're the
I don't
fucking
ever.
bottom of the
I
barrel.
sit there. I look at my time, and I'm like, look, I'm gonna charge what I was out there for, how long it took me. I'm like, that bring in your stupid architect's drawing that everything was on one layer that said
Yes.
depth points.
Well,
Exactly.
one thing that you'll find, especially when you're first starting out, is that you'll get a good client, right? And you'll work for him for these projects. Let's say they're on this side of the street, and then a year later he buys the lots on the other side of the street, and so now he kind of expects, well, hell, you already did these ones over here. Why can't it can't be that much more? You can do it on your way, and I'm like. So I constantly
Like,
have
hold
to have
on
your
a
way.
second.
Because
the
it's your
conversation,
fucking
and I'm
neighbor.
like, listen, call somebody else and ask them how much it would be for them to come and do it. I mean, that's
But
just
the
because
thing is, he's gonna call somebody, and they're gonna give him a price that he likes. Eventually, he'll find somebody.
You know what's funny? As I
And then they're
get
gonna
that a
do
lot. I
that,
do
and
that
then-
a lot.
No,
I'll be like,
they're not.
"All right, call
You-
the
you'd be
Bowmans.
surprised.
Call the
with this
EPS
era
group."
right here, I'm telling you,
I think it's changing.
I'm,
You think so?
I
I'm
do
doing
think it's changing.
like I was telling you earlier.
Because some of these guys are either, unfortunately, passing away or retiring.
Yeah.
The ones that have been guilty of doing exactly what you're talking
I
about.
saw an LS number, 65,000.
65,000?
6500.
Really?
Yeah, I was like,
Wow.
am I
Crazy.
going to die soon?
Wow. That's alarming.
yeah, but there's
What
a
number
lot.
are you?
50988.
What are you?
52788.
Okay.
You're a 4, right?
4.8.
Oh yeah, so you're not too far from these guys.
Not too far.
No.
No.
No, but I had one the other day. He called me up and he's like, "Oh, you did a survey for my neighbor 6 years ago in Gold Canyon." And like, he said he only paid $650 for a boundary. I'm like, I don't even think I answered the phone.
It's like call that
So that
guy
much-
in 2012.
And then I looked at the
have him do
contract. It was
Yeah.
3 different homeowners that went in on, and each paid $650 a piece. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Now we're looking at a realistic price. And I told him, I was like, all right, it'll be this much. He's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's more reasonable. I'm like,
Yeah.
based on what? In my head, I didn't
Yeah.
say it out loud because I curbed that now.
For sure.
I'm like, based on what your immense knowledge of survey pricing.
Right.
I just have to remind them of what, like, look what you're purchasing here. Okay, this might be the biggest investment you've ever made in your entire life.
Permanent.
You know, I don't know your background, but
Yep.
for most of us, that's buying a house is the biggest thing you're ever going to buy. So, wouldn't you want to just spend maybe like 2% of what you're paying for it to make sure that it is where it is, your walls are where your walls, and it's just that's never it's not a common. You know, so realtors don't convey that point to
Sure.
the buyers. They're looking for the sale right away,
Oh, yeah.
and vice versa. So
Just get it done.
I
Quick,
actually,
and
I
then-
actually don't care if I have
Right there.
6
Message
inches
from a guy today.
one way or the other.
is it?
on a wall.
Really, I really like knowing all my stuff is always squared away. He always calls me, even baby house layouts. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
saved him one time.
Well,
Yep.
some people are like
He
that.
did.
and-
He had his house. The house flopped from where it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I was like, you should stop digging.
But I think you both are saying the same thing, like educating the client, right? It's either going to work or it's not going to work. The ones that it works on, those are the ones you want to work for. The ones that it doesn't work on, probably should stay away.
yes, and it's so refreshing when you get a client or a contractor and they speak your language and they're going, well,
Oh, isn't that the best? When they're like, okay, you're a realtor, and you're like, okay, so you've been through this before. Oh,
Yes.
thank God, I don't have to
Yes.
explain my pricing.
Yeah, well, I've been looking at. I've talked to a few realtors. I've been asking, what conferences do you guys go to? What's your professional club or community or whatever? Because that's a great spot for us to be able to come in, and because if you don't know real estate, like they have to have continuing education.
Yeah.
And so if you can offer a class that educates them and fulfills that deed, that's a whole nother
Dude,
thing that
that's
I've kind of been.
That's a great
Playing around
avenue
with.
right there.
Yeah.
That is a great
Yeah,
avenue.
there's
I
a
love
whole
that.
Blue 32, which I go to a lot by my house.
Oh, yeah.
The whole tier back behind there, Chicago title,
yeah,
Empire
it's
title,
the
like
title-
all
it's the-
title
Yeah.
agency alley, dude. And
Yeah.
they're always coming in there. I'm giving my card. Like,
here, I
don't need work.
But the
You're
other
a pretty
good
lady,
thing,
you know. Like,
the real estate agents, they expect to pay upon service.
oh yeah.
Yes.
You show up.
Can we
Oh,
pay you
I'm-
yes.
after escrow?
So you know,
Oh,
like we live in this
always.
world of like, oh, net 30, and I'll send you an invoice, and hopefully you feel like paying it.
I quit doing
real
that
estate
shit a long
agents.
time ago.
They will show up with a check. All you got to do is like, yep, it's $1,000.
Anytime you get a call from a
and-
real estate agent, what is it? I
Yep.
need this right now.
Yeah, right now. Okay, it's $1,000, and I need to be paid before I leave, and they will have a check ready for you.
Dude, they send me
The
Zelle
best.
from their personal
Yes,
account.
exactly. Yeah.
Like I'll handle it. Don't worry about it. Just get out
it's
there.
Either,
I'm like,
it's either the agent
what can I-
or they'll just tell the owner, "Hey, send this guy money right now,"
Right.
and you'll see it. You're like, "Okay, I guess
you're small business. Like half
because it's
I quit
transaction
taking on
based.
big.
They can't have anything go past the transaction date.
Nope.
Because then it's
Closing
dog shit.
date.
Yeah,
Our
clo-
due diligence is
do it
this.
before close. So
I don't do
anybody out
any more
there-
altas that take 5, 6, 7 weeks. I don't do big construction. I take on these little projects. Everyone's like, "Man, I need it right now." I'm like, "I got you."
Yeah.
I cleared my schedule. That's what I was telling you when I cut back my workload.
Yeah.
I quit doing the big jobs that take me weeks to do. I'm like,
Yeah,
let's
this
just
guy-
see what hits
This
me.
guy's
Quick-
accounts receivable
Quick
is
hitters.
zero.
Quick hitters.
Quick
Yeah.
hitters, dude, and
Yeah.
they pay right then.
Yep,
I'm
exactly.
like,
Yeah.
So the rule is, when you do, if you do those, meet a real estate agent. Make sure you get paid upfront.
yeah. I tell them, I'm like, listen, you want it done right now? I'm going to need you
COD
to pay right now.
Yep, COD,
Mm.
and they will pay.
Yeah, and
Interesting.
it's awesome.
But they also expect you to work on Sunday, or
Which-
Monday, or
I work on fucking Sunday.
Tuesday at midnight. It doesn't matter. But that's not how it works.
I've had quite different experiences with that situation
Okay.
because a lot of it is referrals. Okay, so I
Because
get a
somebody-
referral from a client, and I have good clients that are realtors, and essentially I'm not working for the realtor. I'm working for whoever has hired them to
Sure.
buy that property, right?
Yep.
Because they're the ones who I'm splitting it for or doing whatever with. But the problem is you get referrals from them and they're great clients, but then this referral, they're all about the sale. And so, I'll still send them a contract. They'll sign the contract and everything's going great. And then it gets sold and I don't know if they forget about it or whatever, but like literally these are in my neighborhood, right? So I'll get the flyers from the realtor who I worked with of the house and it's an aerial shot of it and it just sold. Yay, it just sold. I'm like, well, that's awesome because they still haven't paid their bill with me yet.
Oh, jeez.
And what happens is the realtor pushes it on to the buyer or the seller, right? And so, yes, it's my fault for not getting a retainer or getting that. But I mean, I got a signed contract. I did my due diligence.
Yep.
We've got a scope of work. I have a timeline, but they push that timeline and there's, the repercussions for, I don't have time to, I'm going to charge them an extra, 15% every 2 months, whatever. It's just a bunch of emails and phone calls. And it's just, so like I said, I've had different situations with it. I don't have that.
But let me ask you this though, Will. If maybe it might be different, like maybe not such a sour taste in your mouth, if you did kind of like what Tim's suggesting, it's like, hey, either pay up front or 50% retainer.
And again, but
one of the two.
But it's referrals from good clients, and that's the business part. It's hard.
I think you just take it as if it's a transaction based, traditionally transaction based, or either retainer or
paid up front.
Look at it like this: you're a service. You want it. They're going to get the benefit immediately.
If you don't have a master service agreement or something, or a payment history, what I'd suggest is put a dollar amount on how much just sending an invoice costs.
Right.
You just set it all.
An hour of your time,
it's
dude.
like this, but then I gotta have phone calls, and they're like, oh, that's $500.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's either I'm going to add $500 and I'm going to send that to you, or you can pay up front, and if I don't have to send you an invoice, it saves me $500.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'll go to work right now.
Yep. 100%.
Dude, I had to revisit my pricing recently because I had so many people like, let's see, I had 5 different surveyors be like, dude, your pricing, like, you're killing us. I'm like, they'd seen what I'd bid, and I'm like, okay, because I know how long it's going to take me. I'm doing the thing. I'm like, I'm going to bill you for how many hours? I'm like, okay, I should, Mike Bondren. He's like, dude, you're like a third of what we charge. I'm like, okay. And I started looking at it. I'm like, okay, Bondren that used to be on the board. I'm going to listen to you, right? So I'm like, all right. And I started looking at it more like a service, and I started upping my prices, and people aren't even blinking at it. And I'm like, okay. And that's and then there's another thing too. I started looking at like, okay, what's been paid, what's owed. I'm like, okay, these people that owe, I 6 months right now. Guys owe me $1,800. I'm like, oh, I need this. I answer his call no more.
Yeah.
I started taking
50% retainers,
Yeah.
and I'm like, and if you don't want to pay it, I'm not going to answer your phone call.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, I got a guy I can send that to, and he'll charge you 25% to collect it. Just saying.
Sounds like someone in this neighborhood.
And he's Saul. I know a guy. He'll strong arm you.
Services.
He'll just
who are awesome. By the way,
your guy.
Titan Lean Service is awesome, dude.
Tim, you probably have a stack of these too, but I have a stack of folders, that are unpaid, and it's there's a whole variable list of reasons why, and it whatever. But the time that it would take me to go through that and pursue that, I can do 5 other jobs that are, and
so frustrating.
But that's a cycle that you get in.
So
that stack.
Have you learned to watermark everything, like big red, like not for submittal, all that shit all over your PDFs?
After a while, you start to see, you know what I mean? Like you get clients and you see their traits, and you start to see what works and what doesn't work. And right off the bat, you can usually, and Sean, you can usually tell within a few emails and phone calls.
Oh yeah,
they're talking big, and you're getting this. You're going, okay, sorry, man, but
I thought I was smart like that too. But I had a guy just all over me. Oh, I need this done. I need this done. Finally went out, did the field work. It only took like 2 weeks. I think we're trying to get up in Goldfield Ranch, outside before Saguaro Lake and everything. Went out there, did the field work. I'm like, all right, cool. Here, and I finally got him a proposal because it took me forever. Whatever. He's like, oh no, well, we lost the engineer. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. So I did all that field work and everything. Didn't get a dime from him. I'm like, dude, okay. So I haven't learned my lesson about doing work without being paid for.
No, I was just
Go
going to
ahead.
say, so like, what are some of the signs that would indicate that maybe it's not somebody you want to work for?
Huge rush. And when you mention money, they kind of, oh, well, well, I don't mind the DJ credit card because now I do, but that huge rush at the first, if it's not a realtor and it's not an engineer, it's not a professional, if it's just an owner being like, I'm going to rush, don't do a damn thing till you get money.
But also be afraid of somebody that's offering you the world.
Mm.
You know, like they're can,
In general, when it sounds too good to be true,
It is.
it has
Oh, the
never worked
future
out
work.
that way.
This could
There's
lead to
always
way
a
more work
catch.
down the road. I'm
There's
like,
always a
Oh, yeah.
and
That's-
especially this guy isn't working out. I need someone to step
And
in,
that's
and
scary,
there's a
dude.
whole bunch of other stuff. There's a reason why they're not working out, and very rarely it's because they're just inept.
Two sides to
And,
every
and-
story.
and it might
exactly.
be
Like I just said,
very
the Hubbard thing.
legitimately.
I'm like,
Yep.
no way.
But we were talking about this earlier. Like it does happen with companies. You overcommit your services. You get aggressive. You say yes,
Sure.
like Tim does, and all of a sudden you said yes to too many jobs, and now you're in a bad spot, and you just can't tell the guy no. So they're going to call somebody else.
I actually
In
tried
my
to call you
experience,
this week because
That's a
of that.
little. That's pretty rare. That's probably
there was-
20% of the time.
there's
The
a place
rest of
called-
the 80% is the surveyor company. They know what they're doing. They hold to their 48 hours
They're
or their
project
24
managers.
hours. They don't schedule the work until they get a CAD file, not just, hey, here's some bullshit instructions. Go stake it out and you'll
Well,
figure
you can't
it
just
out.
do it off a PDF they sketched.
Yeah. So they send you these napkins with
The
crayons
worst.
and you don't do it.
It's
And
the worst.
so then they call you saying, hey, we need somebody that can be responsive and
Yeah.
can and we got so much work, and they promise, and if they bring up at any point future work before you start the work that you have, they're selling you a line of shit.
And I'm not kidding. I tried to call you.
100%.
That's the only time you should ever do
I
that.
do have a group question. While I got a bunch of surveyors around me.
Real quick,
Go ahead.
before that, I want to circle back to what Will was talking about in that stack of old invoices.
IOUs.
Oh shit, I missed
Yeah,
that.
my recommendation is what two things are going on. One, you're not an accountant, and two, you're really, really nice. So there's plenty of third-party 1099 guys that you just say, hey, I'm just spend 3 hours at $150 an hour. Take that, call them. If it's never going to happen, throw it in the trash. Give them the riot act, and if you get it, you get it. And I guarantee you'll at least get more than what you pay for. You just cannot do it. You have to give it to a guy and say, hey, call this person. And when they hear somebody else's voice, they're like, hey, and they give the language, the completely objective. I don't know you. I don't fucking care what your problem was.
Yep.
You owe this, or I'm turning it over to the bad guys, and you'll probably get plenty
It's
back.
funny, it's 'cause
you won't get everything, but you'll
That
get at
sounds
least
like
something.
me.
But here's the one thing though. I fucking like what I do so much. I really don't care.
That's
that-
you
but
know
you could-
that
hold
is
on a
huge right there.
second, though.
Because
Separate those two things.
I've been
You're
the
too
bad
nice.
guy
Like, I
a
really-
bunch of times calling up. You better
It's-
pay your fucking goddamn
so
bill,
you
and then I have
shouldn't
to
do that.
remember.
Hold on
I'm
a
like,
second.
oh wait, I'm representing myself. Son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah, exactly.
I-
Turn it
let-
over.
Let me say something really quick. So I knew you when you first started your company, right? And you were kind of a lot like Will. You were pretty nice.
Yeah.
But over the course of the last 7-8 years, all of a sudden you've got
No
a little,
fucking patience.
you got a little calloused, right? You're like, no, fuck, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm in business to make money.
I have clients that will be explaining their project to me on the phone, and I could tell already they're just gonna like bail. I'm like, and I don't even send them a proposal. I'm like, dude, this phone call when it ends, you're just gonna be like, oh, it's just
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah.
Well, and I would even change that what you just said there, Kent. Being in the business to make money it sounds crass when it really everyone that's the reality. But
Yeah.
really it's you guys are in the business, we are in the business to provide a service that has value.
Sure.
Dude,
And
it's very
we
technical
establish-
service,
Very
and a very
technical,
important
very
service.
difficult, and not a lot of people can do it, and that has value, and you have to pay for that value. You have to pay for that service has value.
And the
It's
older
not
we
just 'cause
get,
you wanna
the
make
less
a
of us there
profit.
are.
It's because I'm providing a service. This is what the cost is. I value what I
Yep.
do. If you don't pay for that, you don't value it either. So
Correct.
piss off.
Correct. And that's the thing. Like when you are in a position to be able to educate clients, that is like to me that's the golden position to be in, because when you're able to add value, just like you said, provide value by educating them, if they still don't want to pay for your services, and
Yes, they're
Fuck
not.
off.
They're not a client if they don't pay for it.
Right. And that's all. That's business. But here's the thing: surveyors, we're out there on the ground, and you're meeting the guy who's having to sell this property that grew up there his whole life.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's there's some empathy there. You know what I mean? So,
sure.
and that's the hard part for
Yeah.
you know guys like
Yes.
me. You know, especially when they I work in
Yeah.
the area that I live in. You know, I might see this guy at the mailbox later on, and
Sure.
you know, so
But that's what
it's
I
hard to
mean.
have that business, you know, standpoint. F you pay me when you know his grandkids ride the bus with my kids, and you know what I mean. So.
Sure. Yep.
So that's the thing.
But don't let them take advantage.
but don't
but
take
it's not
advantage
like,
of
it
you.
Don't let
doesn't-
them take
yeah.
advantage
You
of your
guys,
good
you guys
nature.
are you guys are a
bother
bigger
me.
company, right? So you're a PM, so bigger company. So you probably don't have your hands in this kind of thing very often, where you have to worry about like where is the money coming? No, you just have the project.
Oh no, we absolutely have to worry about where
Yeah.
the money's
Oh
going.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're accountable. I'm
yeah.
curious about that 'cause I remember working
Just on
for
a
the
big, it's
Kiewits,
just on a bigger
Skanska,
scale.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
these bigger companies being like,
It
I
doesn't
never
go into a black box. But
no.
ours is
there's-
more about like, oh man, we need to buy a new truck, or we need to buy 3 R5s. We have all R3s.
on
or
scale.
whatever, like
I
these
was
things.
curious because
You're
I started.
feeding,
I started
a family.
I started
Like
to
you-
build, and
Sure.
I was curious
Yeah, like,
as it scales.
that's-
Like, what's it going to look like?
The-
Right.
Because
the
I can't
fam-
just yell
yeah.
at people.
The family
Right,
is like
yeah.
the business
Yeah.
itself. It's like I want to grow,
Garden.
and it always comes down to. We talked about it in the episode with TK. It comes down to a cash flow thing. Like
Yep.
you start a new business.
Yep.
You don't have any money until 6 months because you got to not only spend all the money, but then send all the invoices out and then collect that and then pay all the
Sure.
people that did all those things. And then what you're left with is nothing except for the equipment you got and the clients you
Some
have.
of the
and then
best
you go from
advice I
there.
ever got. Ryan Nickel Contracting. I was talking to him one day on the phone. I was like, "Look, dude, I'm sitting here. I'm asking for advice. How do I get clients? Man, this is a year into it." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Dude, I'm looking at what I'm owed, and if they paid what they're owed,
Mhm.
I would be able to pay my truck off right now." And he just on the phone told me, he was like, "You can't look at it like that." He's like, "You need to look at it as revolving income.
Yep.
You're going to always have people that owe. You're going to always
Mm-hmm.
have this. You need to just keep, even if you're behind and people aren't paying, you need to keep taking work. He's all, the money will come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it will.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
It
But then
took,
if you
took a couple 5 a.m. nights and 3
But-
years straight.
Oh, sure.
Mm.
But if you want to grow, add people, buy equipment, buy trucks,
Yep.
that's got to come from somewhere. And you can either look at the amount you're owed or look at what you can borrow, but somewhere it's got to come from something.
But-
And if you just look at the only what you're owed, you're going to get stuck in that
I
cycle.
got stuck in that for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
And look at the percentage of what you're owed compared to what you're making or what you're
Sure.
gonna make. You know what I mean? That's you know that's
my favorite is that profit and loss statement when you're trying to get a fucking loan. I'm like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah. Seriously.
when you get
I'm like, I
audited
have
by your
no fucking
insurance every
clue.
year.
Yeah. Right.
Profit and loss. Where are you to date? I'm like, the lights are on.
Looks like my kids are having Christmas this year, so
Right.
pretty
My daughter's
fucking
got
good,
an iPhone.
asshole.
Where's that box?
I didn't tell her Verizon gave it to me.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's fucking crazy in my mind.
Good.
So let me ask you, and both you guys have worked for larger companies before, but yet you've chosen, you know, the path that you're on right now. In hindsight, I mean, first of all, do you have any regrets? And would you ever consider scrapping what you're doing and going to work for a larger established company, let's say, where you don't have to deal with the daily BS?
You go.
No, you know what I mean. I take everything that I learned from all those big companies and kind of put it into my own workflow and my own file structure. Hell, I mean, some of the guys I used to work with back at RBF would look at my job numbers. And
Oh, you were
be like,
RBF? Hell yeah.
Oh, I remember that. And I'm like, well, this is my Phoenix office. When I get a San Diego office, and I get a New Mexico office, we can
My
change
Calgary
that number
office.
by one degree. Yeah,
This is my Cape Town office.
But anyways, like I said, every place I've worked, I've, respected my bosses and tried to just make their life easier and try to pick up some of the workflows that they've laid down, and I try to use some of those. And some of the stuff they did was a little overkill, and so I remember all that stuff. But the meat and potatoes of it, that's
Wasn't it a trip when you first went out on your own? You're like, I got to pay myself.
yeah. Well,
And I remember when your account balance was $5,000, you're like, oh shit, I can't spend that.
yes.
And now what? At most, I had like $200,000 before I bought a bunch of equipment. I'm like, I can't spend that.
Oh yeah. I mean, during the recession, I remember, so I worked for RBF, and when I got hired right out of college, right, they hired me out here with I was in a graduate program. They hired me and about 4 civil engineers, all in New Mexico State.
This week's featured friend of the program is Advanced Geodetic Surveys, Inc., also known as AGS. They are a equipment dealer specializing in mapping and land surveying equipment. Been doing business since 1991.
Yeah, their team works to provide the best solutions and service for your needs.
And I have actually personally had great experiences with AGS. They offer a comprehensive list of competitive surveying and mapping products, service, supplies, and more. They deal in new, pre-owned, rent, and they even have a Sherp, if you can believe that shit.
I saw that. That looked amazing. The staff at AGS, they have combined experience of over 150 years, and I know that they can help with any problem that you may have or encounter in the field.
In fact, their number one priority is customer satisfaction.
Of course it is.
Find out more at agsgps.com and make sure to tell them that the Geoholic sent you. So RBF was your first job out of college?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Good company.
That was great though. Like I said, I went to the career fair at New Mexico State. I rode my bike to school every day. I go to the career fairs because they had free pens, bottle openers, whatever, right? I like rolling there with a Bud Light hat on. I'm walking around. The guys in my survey department are like, "Oh no, this is like a business career fair. They're not hiring any construction."
Yeah.
I meet these guys from RBF and they have their background is all construction and it looks like surveying. I'm like,
I feel like we need more of that. We need more outreach because I feel like I've tried to hire family. I've tried to hire friends, a certain other old surveyor that stole equipment or whatever.
Yep.
And dude, I thought I was doing great. I thought I was expanding and everything. And and then I got burned. I'm like, it's not fucking doing this shit again.
Yeah.
And now, to go back to your point, like, do you ever see yourself working for someone else? The minute my fucking house is paid off, which should be soon, and the trucks, I'm not kidding. I'm like, I have no problem backing myself off because literally the only reason I'm working as hard as I work all the time. I work because what are we? We are HR, so we don't drug test. Right on. So we do billing, we do accounts payable. I'm also the scheduler.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know
If you
how
call
the
this
hell-
number, you're also going to get it chief of parties. I sign my email with a different title depending on who the fuck I'm talking to.
Interesting.
So the minute that I get to a point, and I'm almost there, I don't care about. You can make great money at this. We can. This is, but it's a specialized field. There are only so many of us, and it is getting smaller. It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and I'm worth what I'm worth, and I'm starting to charge what I'm worth because
There you go.
exactly, and it's been a mistake of mine just being like, at first I'm like, what the fuck? I'll just take work as it comes because you're a new business owner. You're like, I just need the work, and now I'm like, I know what I'm worth.
Take? How long did that take from new business? I'll take anything and everything. The homeless guy asked me to survey his tent space. I'll do that.
4 years.
4 years?
4 years.
Interesting.
Will, where are you
years.
at? Still working on it.
I still have some, but it's been recent where I'm like, I'm not doing jobs in fucking Tonopah anymore.
Yeah.
It's too far. The people that they don't want to pay any money, and I'm not, and I'm starting to be selective, and I like it.
Are you selective yet, Will?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he just takes the shit ones.
Oh, he takes the ones that you don't answer. You're like, oh, I got a guy for you.
It's like,
Well, if they're nice guys.
I love. Like, I've gotten work from
Look at my
Instagram
Instagram page.
before,
You'll see where I'm at.
where I've taken on when we were bowmen. I took on a job. I'm like, dude, I just banged it out. I'm like, it wasn't that big of a deal to me. And like, okay, not big. But some of these bigger companies, I actually tell clients, I'm like, listen, I'm not being a smartass, but call EPS Group, call Bowman, call anyone and see what they're going to charge. And
Call Alta.
I call them and I'm like, I guarantee you they're 3 times the price. They're 3 times as far out. This last year, I did this thing. I'm like, I just cleared my schedule. I'm like, I'm going to take these little jobs as they come in, and I'm going to fill my schedule with them. And it's worked so well. So when I look back and you see, do I have any regrets? I wish I would have done that from the fucking beginning.
Interesting.
That is really. And I wish I had a better sense of who I had to come work for me.
Well, that's an ongoing challenge.
Let's talk about that for a little bit.
Well, when you hire friends and family, first of all, don't do that shit.
I don't know about that.
Well, and
Will,
Will's developing surveyors. That's a totally different.
I'm growing my own, man.
that's way better.
I'm telling you, they stopped making them at the factory, so you gotta grow them yourself.
Yeah.
It's better.
Yeah.
I've hired.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
I'm like, and I thought,
Yep.
no, he's my friend, you know, and
But
he
you
ends
also
up
knew,
burning me.
without
I
mentioning
knew I
names,
knew his history.
you also knew there was history. Exactly.
And
Yep.
exactly. I'm like,
But let's be honest.
you're
if,
like-
if you had a better option, you would have hired that guy instead of your friend, right?
no,
At
100%.
a higher rate,
Yeah.
probably.
Dude, and,
Yeah.
and the way he left, I'm like, if he would have just told me, like, dude, give me a raise, I'll stay, and I won't
Yeah.
steal equipment from you. I've been like, great, dude, steal.
I
Where do
mean-
I fucking sign?
But I mean,
God.
you're always going to get burned by employees or staff.
Yeah,
It's
but let me
part
ask.
of
Let
it.
me ask the 4 people in this room,
Mm.
or the 3 other people. Have you ever burned someone like that?
No.
Oh no.
So no, it's not true. You're not
No.
always going to get burned.
But you should expect it.
Well, that's a
Once
horrible
you've been burned,
statement, though.
It is, because
I mean, it.
every surveyor I
said,
know
I-
is
it doesn't matter what
there
business
are
you're
a
in.
couple key things I know about surveyors. Dude, they work hard. They're honest.
Yeah.
And they're not out to get anybody.
I was waiting for the but. But
No, there's no but, dude. Like I don't know any good surveyors or good people that aren't also good people.
yeah, but there's also
I do
The
know
other
plenty
side
of
of the
bad
coin-
surveyors that are bad people.
there are also those. There are also those. You know, that present themselves as good surveyors when in fact they're unfortunately not, and they're doing really shady shit.
Right.
There's those as well.
The 8.5 by 11 unrecorded surveys.
Yeah.
But you know that leaves an opportunity for some.
Well,
for
that's how
somebody
I
else
look at it.
like
Like,
us. You know?
I'm sorry, there's going to always be a bad surveyor or a bad engineer or
And
bad
I'm not even
this.
talking about that. I guess what I'm maybe I got off topic just a little bit, but I'm talking about like, you know, ones that you're looking to hire, not somebody who is in business for themselves or whatever. But it's just so hard.
If I had a kid come to me that didn't want $25 an hour to start,
Yeah.
that was like legit being like, okay, back off a little bit. You know what I had happen to me 2 weeks ago? Amazon driver.
Yeah.
Amazon. This is a no shit story. Amazon driver, electric vehicle. The
Yeah.
new ones are
Yep.
awesome, right?
Oh, yeah. It's totally
Close
cool.
up, and he reminds me of my friend Andrew. Either way, young black kid. He comes out. He's
Yep.
like he comes up from the house across the street. He comes over to me, and I'm like 7 beers deep. I'm like, ooh, I like your Amazon vehicle. Can I drive it? You know. He comes over and he's like, "Can I ask you a question?" I was like, "Okay, detective." You know. But he's like, "How do you get where you are?" He's like, "What would you say to yourself at 20?"
Wow,
And
that's
and I'm a hammered,
takes
and I had a
initiative.
moment of alcoholic clarity. Like, I've been waiting for this,
Come work for me.
and I told him, I was like, listen, I was like, just quit fighting people, quit fighting yourself. I'm like,
Yeah.
the moment I quit, between us,
Yeah.
I started doing well about 7 years ago when I woke up in jail, staring at a block ceiling, and I said, I don't want to do this anymore.
Mm. Yep.
And I told him that. I'm like, dude, quit fighting, and you'll be surprised at how well you do.
Mm.
And this kid stopped and just looked at me, and I was like, if he cries, I'll hug him. No, but it was a trip because I was like, dude, I felt like this guy was coming to me and he was like asking for, like, how do I get to where? Because he looked in the driveway and I'm like, I got brand new trucks, I got motorcycles, everything I could ever want.
Yeah.
And he's like, how do I get to here? I'm like, you just gotta want it. You gotta do better. You gotta believe in yourself. I'm like,
Yep.
and at that moment, I wanted to hire him so fucking bad. I'm like,
Yeah.
please, I'm going to print an application. I gotta Google it real quick.
Here,
Don't leave.
Here's a
Leave
crayon
that-
and a napkin. Just
Leave
fill out
that
an
cheap ass
application.
electric van across the
Yeah.
street full of merchandise.
Yeah. But the problem is, I'm not a problem, but the shame of it is that, you know, guys like that or, you know, people like that, I mean, there's not that many of them out there. You know, like that guy, he showed initiative to walk up to you and ask you that question. You know,
I don't know. I disagree with that attitude. I think there is a lot of them out there. I
There
just
could
don't
be.
think that.
There
I
could
kind of
be.
feel like
And
it,
it goes
that,
back
like that
to
age
what
has
Will
been
just-
blanketed. I
back-
think they've been blanketed with this fucking like you're not going to do shit with your life.
Yeah, but back to
And
what
then they
Will
get
was
caught
just
in a rut.
talking about. It's
Yeah.
the outreach. If there wasn't some guys that showed up at career fair, even though no one said that surveyor guys or construction guys were going to be at the career fair, they just showed up anyway
Sure.
because Will needed a pin, and now he's got a career out of it. So,
Yep.
Dude,
it's-
and this guy had
those
no
guys
idea.
are out
he
there.
never asked me what I did.
Yeah,
And
it didn't
he's
matter.
He's like, and he's like, what would you say to yourself at 20? I'm
Not
like,
crazy, but That's
and I was like,
impressive.
he was asking me questions. I'm like, I'm gonna adopt this little motherfucker, dude.
I'm pretty
And
sure
I-
that's
but-
not how it works, but
No, you can
it's
just grab
more
him.
of a 2-week notice kind of thing, and you offer him a job, but
It's all
still.
Then you
online.
adopt him.
It's a
Then you offer
DocuSign.
him- Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah. That's one of the options. That's a fingerprint one, so you're locked in.
No, but it did. It made me feel really good. And even though I was a little bit inebriated, like he floored me. He came up and he's like, he was in his van delivering his fucking packages, which that job must be awful, right? And he came across the street and he's like, "How do I do this?" And
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's where we come in. You got to give him a path. You got to
Yeah.
give him, you know what I mean? Get him,
and
get
I
him in,
straight up told
get
him,
him towards
I don't
the
know
Arizona
I don't know
Young
what came
Surveyors
into my
Network.
head, but I made
him on our-
perfect fucking sense.
know?
And I'm like, dude,
But here's the thing I want to ask about that. So
You got to have a path.
you got a guy that's that you're going to show him that path. That path is, okay, you're making $20 an hour right now driving this Amazon truck. I'll pay you $22 an hour to hold this stick in the ground for 2 years. Then you can hold this other thing and push some buttons, and then I'll pay you 20. And then that path
Show
towards
him the
that
path.
career is
you need
6,
to
7
you need
years.
to make sure
I will
and
pay for
I-
your school while you're learning the skill.
But my question
You know what I mean?
is,
That's
Go ahead,
the
go ahead.
path.
my question is that path something that is attractive to the guy that's in the Amazon truck that sees the guy with the boat in the truck in the driveway?
No,
It
that-
is
that-
because
that's
it takes
attractive.
6, 7 years, 5, whatever the number. It's multiple
Well, it's 8
years.
years right
This
now,
is
right?
why.
To then get to a nice, sweet,
Yep.
maybe, hopefully 6-figure salary. When by that time it may or not afford my mortgage or not.
This
Like,
is
Is
Yes.
that too long? Is that stable? And then we get back to, is that the right person? Do they even think along those lines? Like, we kind of get
if you're trying to connect to him personally, the only way I've ever been able to explain it to people is be like, listen, 6, 7 years ago, I was staying in a, not far from here, 24th Street in McDowell. I was staying in my buddy's bedroom at his house.
Yeah.
I was licensed and fucking whatever. And I decided, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I'm going to go do. If you can convince someone that, listen, yeah, it's going to suck for 2 years and it's going to
Sure.
suck for another 4.
Yep.
And you're going to get by. And then all of a sudden one day you're going to be good and you're going to have this. What the
So
problem is this instant gratification they
Yeah,
expect.
yeah,
And you
yeah.
cannot, it's ingrained into them like, TikTok fucking, I'm going to show my
Yeah,
tit.
but
I'm like,
but guys still working at Amazon, so there's a career path there. You just have to beat that. Like, if he stays in Amazon driving that truck, in 5 years he's going to
one
be
of the best things I ever heard in my life is if you stay
at
if you stay at something long enough, you'll figure out a way to make money at it.
right,
Sure.
yeah.
no question.
So
No doubt.
the career path we're offering is more stability and a faster way to make money at it, right?
And a passion. Like I
well,
said, you got to.
yeah, I mean,
Or is it
you're
you
not-
have to focus on what you actually like, and do you
I'll
want
pay
to
you
do something that?
$1,600 a week
that
if you
you're-
show up and do exactly what the fuck I say.
But are we? So at what
There
point
you
do
go.
we separate?
Show up.
You're just
Yeah.
showing up
Yeah.
and pushing the buttons in the order that I'm asking you to put them in, or hey, here's something really cool to
That's
do.
what I
If
did
you
for
really
5
jump in.
years. That's
hey,
what I did for 5
I
years.
get to
Yeah.
look. We'll flip through his Instagram and be like, look at all the cool shit that I'm doing. Do you want to do that, or do you want to drive this
Yeah.
truck for about the same wage? And in 5 years, you can have a career
When
that you
when
can
I first
actually
started
live on.
surveying, I remember telling my chief, Travis Thompson, who owns the ACGPS, time, I'm like, I make as much as a deli manager at fucking Fry's. I told him that.
But
And
that,
he was way bigger than me. He could beat my ass if he wanted to.
but the manager has.
Boss.
I mean, the manager has
But no,
really
it,
a lot
it
of
was the
a
pay
lot
scale.
of
But now
responsibility,
looking
yeah.
back at myself, I'm like, you fucking smartass. Who were you?
Yeah.
I think once we get past this, and I honestly, I kind of think we're almost out of it. Once this entitlement phase gets out of this and people realize they have to work and they're going to have to pick a trade. Because, dude, EVIT is clamoring for people. Please, the trades, like they're all like, oh, $10,000 sign on bonus, stay here. My nephew he's an electrician. He has switched jobs 7 times in the last 2 years and has gotten like a $2 raise every time.
Yep.
your guest the other day, the survey 123.
Yep. Michelle Williams.
Michelle,
Michelle,
yeah.
yes, she had a great term, tweeners.
Yep.
For the people that are between college and
We talked about
between
that. That
work,
was great.
right?
Yeah.
And I think that is the greatest, spot for us to attack because, I go to a lot of GIS
100%.
conferences. I go to as many conferences as I can.
Yep.
Just you know what I mean. There's classes there. There's a lot of networking, and they're happy to have surveyors there. They're like surprised that I'm there. They're like, what? You know,
still exist.
yeah, but
Yeah.
and the conversations that I have, you know, you show up to breakfast in the morning. I don't know anybody. I'm just there, right? And you know, I got a couple vendors that I know and a few buddies. Scott's there. All the Trimble guys are there, and yeah, you know, you end up sitting at a table with a bunch of strangers and they're GIS folks, and they talk about, oh, you're a surveyor? Oh, no way! Like I remember taking this class.
Still make you?
Yeah, they are, and I swear they're embracing to surveyors, and I think a lot of surveyors are like, oh, GIS guys, whatever, you know, but we need them and they need us more, and we need them.
Yeah.
And they realize that, and why not? You know, why not embrace that? Because there's a lot of opportunities there for picking out younger surveyors that are not like, oh, I didn't know I was going to have to do data entry all day. Like, you know, I've done, you know, window surveys for GIS projects before where we're driving around with a GIS map, looking at what's on the property and writing down according to their list. Is it a site built? Is it a double wide? Is it a mobile home?
Yep. And
that's what the counties are using to expand their city boundaries into these
100%.
areas that they don't know. And so there's a lot of potential there, and they're already used to the you know, the mapping, and they've got all these soft skills that most surveyors don't have. And I think, you know,
it's a big deal.
Grabbing that stuff.
It's a big deal.
Just showing them. Just showing them, you know.
And there is a path. I mean, there is a path already established.
It is.
Like the NSPS CST program. There is a path.
I love that thing.
For anybody who wants to pursue licensure. And it's like,
but I want to real quick before you get there, back to this tweener thing and that path that you're talking about, like, and you know, we have a pretty good intern program where I'm at, and what I've noticed is, now that we're on year 3 or 4 of this intern program, I have to have this conversation with these kids that are just graduated college of, okay, well, I'm going to give you a full-time job offer, and now this is the rest of your life. Yeah, it's like, okay, you just graduated college. Yeah. Now here's a full-time job offer, and their thing is like, okay, now I'm like, hey, why don't you take a week off? Take a couple weeks off. Tell me when you want to start, because you're never going to get this time back. So I think and that's my fault, like not even considering maybe there's a period where these tweeners are actually, okay, they graduated college, they have some soft skills, they've got some stuff. Do they want to just jump in and go down the career path of, okay, now I'm on CST 1 and 2, and then this is year 2, and this is year 3, and
my
how do we get kids interested in that?
My girlfriend's daughter's boyfriend, his name is Kyle, got him a job, which I don't do this. I fucking hate doing it because they burn you. But I got him a job at EPS Group. They loved him. Loved him. He showed up. He's 6'20", whatever fucking tall he was, and made me feel awkward next to him, but whatever. Yeah. But he showed up every day. He was there early, and he ended up quitting. And when Hargrove's wedding, I saw fucking Hank, right, from over at EPS Group. And he's like, "What happened to Kyle?" He's like, "He just quit." And I'm like, "Well, my girlfriend's daughter broke up with him, and he just got all fucking heartbroken. But he was trying to be a project manager. And dude, when I heard what he was doing and what he was going to school for, I was excited. I was like, that wasn't shown on the podcast. 2 hands. But no, I was like so excited. And then when I found out he quit, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? We had a good one and you're gone?
Bummer.
So why'd he quit?
Because she broke up with him, and then fucking people were asking him, and they were mean.
Well, there's that. That's a generational.
We're not going to do anything about that.
That's a generational thing.
Are you mean?
No, he's mean.
I know.
Hey, I've got this successful intern program over here.
You have employees?
You're looking at them.
Hot. Okay, I've had employees, and you know what I've been told? I'm mean, I guess.
Yeah.
And you know what I fucking and you know what I know about me is I'm not mean. I'm hilarious. I'm fun. I want to. I'm direct.
The thing is,
and the younger generation, they cannot.
You got to set the expectations.
They cannot handle any criticism. don't show up late anymore. Oh my God, are you serious?
If it's
I
just
remember being yelled
straight-
at when I should have been yelled at, and I took it. I remember
Yeah,
being
but-
yelled at when I should have been yelled at, and I
But
yelled
you're still
back.
comparing yourself.
It's a
to
generational
this-
thing.
Yeah,
It's a generational thing.
And you can be those like Kent, the guy that just complains about the olden days and doesn't do anything about it, or the guys that actually adapt.
Well, the good thing about surveying is you usually
You're not
have
supposed to agree with that.
You have somebody. You have another weirdo walk up on site that you can deflect all the drama to. So even if
Sure.
you're having some drama with whoever you're working with, or
Yeah.
then homeboy comes up out of the alley and with a witch's hat on and an Asian.
You know
silk
what I
suit
like
and
having
wants
though.
to tell you about his
I like
life story.
the longer
Yes.
I've been in this profession, the more menagerie of friends and colleagues I know. Because I will call you about shit that I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do on this one. I'll be like, what do you do? And then like every once in a while, I'll be like, hey, dude, how do you get paid?
We call Sean.
Yeah,
Right?
Sean knows people.
I know a
It was
guy.
a training day, you know.
Sean knows tugboat. Tugboat will get it all taken care of.
But it's
He'll
just-
take care of business.
I have actually thought about it. I'm like, who's going to replace me? Because you've talked, me and you've talked, like, you know, how many field to finish surveyors do we know?
Not very many.
Oh.
There's 2 here out of maybe 5 that I know.
I
Yeah.
don't.
And I
want
think
to
I've
do
tried to
this
hire
forever.
the other 3.
You ask,
Yeah.
is there a point where I would gladly go work for David Evans or something like that? Yeah, you're gonna have to pay me accordingly. I'm not gonna make what I make now, but you think that I don't know if I called up fucking anyone?
Yeah.
Hey, dude, just give me a CAD job.
Yep.
I would get that job. No, we would get that. But business owner, boy, isn't there freedom in having your own schedule? And to being able to be like on the phone and just be like, you can't see it, but it's there.
Just like TK says, is anybody
Yeah.
going to die tomorrow?
Yeah,
So
nobody's going to
I'm
die.
Pretty sure we're going to be okay.
I fucking
it'll
hope
be
not.
okay.
next week.
I still wear my body
It'll be
camera. all the
okay.
time.
Yeah.
We'll do a good job and we'll still get it to you, but
Yeah.
it's not going to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's a good point, though. It's a good point, though. It's like nobody's going to fucking die.
calm
You know?
down. Calm down. Like
Calm down.
I
Isn't
laugh
that
all the
the
time when
worst?
people
That-
these
that, like,
serious
huge rush
conversations.
person?
I'm like,
Yeah.
That huge rush. Oh my God. If it's not done right now, I'm like, dude,
and then
Is
they're
this
like,
my
"What are you?"
problem? That's the question. Is this my problem?
is this a scheduling problem on your part or
Well,
I didn't do my job on my part?
But here's how it works. It's your problem if you take their money. If you don't, it's their problem.
Yeah.
You take their money, it's now your problem. And you get to
100%.
decide whether you want to make it your problem or not.
But as surveyors,
one
we
on-
don't get their money right away.
I
so it's our
got my half
problem before
deposit
we
and
get
he
paid.
has texted me every day for
Get their
10
money
days.
right away. If they don't want to give you their money right away, tell them to call Tim.
Yeah, try that. Try that with. Try that with the city of
better
Surprise,
go down
city
to
of
fucking-
Peoria. You are the last on the list, buddy. Prime, and guaranteed the surveyor is way down the list on that prime. Even if it's a surveyor that you're subbing
Yeah.
to or the engineering company. Oh yeah, you haven't paid me in 4 months. Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah.
sorry.
Fondren told me he's
Talk
like,
to the hand.
he told me one day he's like,
Yes.
know
pay you.
I can
your
help you. I
worth
can help
and
you.
charge it.
I mean, it's
What was it?
Fondren told me know your worth and charge it because he's like,
Yeah,
we got to
yeah,
talk about
yeah,
your
exactly.
talk about
Yeah.
your prices.
You have
He's like,
to.
know your worth and charge it. And I was
Yes.
like, what do you mean? He's like, I saw your price for this boundary. He's like, we're not supposed to do this. Well, it's collaboration. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was probably way undercharging.
I think the term you're looking for is collusion, but
Yeah, but
sure.
just-
Yeah.
but you got to pick your battles.
I can't hear you,
negative term.
Pick
detective.
your battles.
Collusion is a negative term.
Correct.
Yes.
Pick your battles.
But I'm like,
Yeah.
That's all it is.
yeah, I got to be
Yeah.
honest, dude. I'm like, I would rather charge more than I'm used to, than what I feel comfortable with, and have a good client that's coming in, and
For
have
sure.
that one that's
And here,
that he gave me a deposit 7 days ago, and I have had 14 texts.
That's what I was talking
Can I
about
get an
earlier.
update? Can
The
I get
one
an
that wants
update?
to
Can I
pay
get an
right
update?
away? I'll pay you everything right now. Right? Where do I sign the check?
To the point where you're
Whoa.
like, dude, I'll send your fucking money back, dude.
yes.
And I've sent money back, being like, dude, go bother your mom.
All right, so
I have my own business, so I can say things.
Go ahead. Ken.
no, you.
Yes, you want to work for the best clients. Yes, you want to do what you want to do. Set your own schedule. Get paid by your clients. Do All right, I get it. Everybody gets it. We all want the same thing. What are we going to do different tomorrow that we weren't doing yesterday to attract more people to the profession and teach our clients more? Like Kent's saying, like, what's this whole conversation started with? What are what are people doing and what are we actually doing to make change? So I'll start with Kent.
Tomorrow to make change.
Tomorrow as in
Yeah.
figuratively tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or what would you like to do, or just something to move it past these are the good old days and
I mean, like across the profession, or for me in my local circle.
dealer's choice.
Well, I can tell you this: across the profession, this podcast has given me unique opportunities to make an impact on the profession. There's no question.
People have
about
talked to me
that.
about your podcast.
And it is amazing to me that next 2 weeks from now, I will be at the Canadian National Surveyors Conference, mediating
Fucking
a
A.
board of
A.
international surveyors talking about this very thing. And it's amazing that like we've had this email group going back and forth, okay, what are the challenges with the surveying profession? And I'm like, well, I'm in a unique position that over the course of the last 4 years, I've talked to surveyors from around the world, and the challenges we have here in Arizona are not uncommon to what is being dealt with across the freaking globe.
I've worried about. I've
amazing.
wondered about that. I'm like, is it
It's
everyone
amazing.
else having the shortage that we are?
No, it's everybody. Everybody has the same shortages, the same challenges, whatever they might be. But the interesting thing is that there's this, I don't know, I guess panel of like seven surveyors from around the world, and I sent out this questionnaire. It's like, okay, let's talk about the challenges. Let's talk about the opportunities that exist for surveyors over the course of the next 5-10 years, and there's so much opportunity out there. Yeah, we have challenges, but there's so much that's being done in a positive way. I mean, Will, I talk about the power of social media all the time, and you've made an impact, right? Whether you know it or not. I mean, you've got Trimble posting your videos.
No shit.
Yeah.
But Kent, I'm
Which
just
is
talking
cool.
about what you're going to do.
What am I going to do?
I'm
I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Okay, so get it out there in the stratosphere
Yeah.
of what you're doing. Sitting on that panel, is that?
That's a big thing. It's a
Yeah,
big
sure.
thing for me. Yeah. It's that. And just like, looking, I mean, the company I work for, David Evans, I mean, it's amazing to me internally the effort that is being put into geospatial and, just creating the knowledge. I mean, it's unbelievable, but it's different because I am working around so many intelligent people. Sean met a number of them.
I'm trying to take offense to that, but go ahead.
And it empowers me even more to work around people that are smarter than me. It's like I'm getting to have conversations with people every single day that are smarter than me. And it just makes me a better surveyor, a better person, a better leader, better everything.
I can't stop, guys. What are you doing? You just talked about what other people are doing and people around you.
Yeah.
I'll answer for him, dude.
I'm a facilitator, dude.
You're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a facilitator.
So what you're saying is you're
Yeah.
going to keep this thing going, so we continue to have this
Beyond
conversation.
that, dude,
Oh,
you
God,
know
yeah.
what? Sometimes
And
I
we're
listen
gonna
to
get
these, I
this
listen to
more
these
out there.
podcasts.
Yeah.
I forget how important. This is not a tooting our own horn.
Yeah.
I forget how important the work that I do,
Yeah.
that we do,
Yeah.
is.
Hmm.
Yeah.
If you want to take a piece of bare ground, you want to build a building.
Yeah.
Where are you going to start?
Need us.
When that thing's up,
Right.
and you want to make sure, nobody piss off no neighbors. Who do you go to?
Yeah.
And like, I think the biggest thing with the voice you have is
Yeah.
like, remind people how important we are. Even it doesn't. Not,
Oh.
No one knows. Like, my building can't be too high. Like this, that sounds ridiculous. But
Yeah.
you don't
Right.
want your building to be too high.
For sure.
Who's going to do that?
Here's a great example. I mean, like we've been moving, changing studios over the last week whatsoever, and we're like, oh my God, we got to get some content out there because our guest this week unfortunately canceled and had to reschedule. Right? I'm like, okay, who am I going to turn to? I'm like, I have two people in mind. I'm going to reach out to Tim Evans. I'm going to reach out to Will Wing, and if both of them can make it here, that would be amazing.
I said boring.
If one of them can make it, we're still going to be just fine.
Oh yeah.
And sure as shit, Tim right away, he's like, oh, heck yeah, I'm going to be there. Will, he's been working out of town like for 4 days this week in the Grand Canyon. and
Welcome back to America.
rolled in,
God.
tires squealing.
this guy, I mean, oh God.
He came
So-
in here,
so
in
let's-
here on a donkey.
So
Pretty much.
let's ask
Pretty
Will
much.
let's ask Will the same question.
But hold on a second, though. But Will sent me a message earlier. I think it was last night actually. It's like, hey, can I got the stuff, I got everything. Let's do tailgate tacos out by the studio or whatever.
Hey, where's the tacos,
And
homie?
I'm like,
We just moved in.
Initially, I
So there's no tacos?
I had
No, there's no
I had a couple beers in me. I had a couple beers in me when I received the text. And I'm like, oh man, that's awesome. Let's fucking do it, right? And then I'm like, I wake up this
And then you
morning
wake
and I'm
up in
like,
the morning,
I'm like, hold on a second. There's a CC&R that I have to probably look at right now.
Hey, Chewy got involved.
Yeah.
We literally signed the lease on this place 2 days ago,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
probably said no food
Probably
trucks
says no
after
barbecue.
hours.
That was part of the
Out
HOA
front.
president. She's like, I'm a psychiatrist, and I have other acronyms.
Yes, exactly. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, man. It's
Good.
It's the same yet different.
I'm
every
not
single
trying to
day.
call you out. I just want you
Yeah.
to say
I
that
think the
you
voice
doing
is the
what
biggest
you're
thing.
doing is
Yeah.
is a positive thing in the
100%
for the-
agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. Dude, the voice.
What are you doing tomorrow? And I know already what it is. You're going to say it, and I'm going to say yes, but go ahead.
You're gonna freak out. Tomorrow. I'm writing bylaws for the Arizona Young Surveyors Network.
Oh, I love it.
That's
Love
what
it.
we're talking about.
Love it.
I've got the APLS bylaws, and I have the NSPS or the ASPS YSN bylaws back to back, and I've been just because a lot of the terms aren't the same, right? Like,
Yeah, and then you keep nodding off every 5 minutes, and then you got to wake up and start back over
Yeah.
again. But yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
but then
crucial
Then-
things.
Then Farrah asked me, "Hey, Will, how's those notes
How's
going?"
those
I'm like,
bylaws
"Damn it."
coming?
Yeah.
That's
So I'm getting him ready. Brian Fisher, he's been, you guys know Brian.
He's overkill. Yeah.
He is, but he's been great on,
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know about the Arizona Young Surveyors Network, but azysn.org. Farah Echeverry, she's leading all this stuff and putting it all together. She's doing a great job, but we're all busy, right? So, I mean, she's got 3 kids and she's working. I got 3 kids, I'm working, and we're trying to do this to grow our network, right? And so APLS has been great. They've stepped in. They're all about, every member there wants to help out with it. And so it's kind of turbo on us. Like we got to get, all this shit going, but
almost like be careful what you ask for.
it is, but I don't care. It's great. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly.
It's a great cause. We've already got a lot of people. We did, I think 3 weeks. Sorry, shit. It's been a long night. It's been a
Numbers,
long
letters,
week.
squiggly lines.
Yeah. Cooper Ariel, I think 2 weeks ago we did a.
Oh yeah.
Cooper, dude. Holy gangster.
Talk about that. That was a pretty cool
Talk
event.
about OGs, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of clients from the city of Glendale, and they brought
Yeah.
all their student engineers out that are GIS
Mhm.
engineering, not tweeners.
Yep. Tweeners
And
for sure.
we all got a chance to show them, or go up there and talk about what we do, and kind of show them some pictures and stuff, and show them the equipment. And I mean, I think it worked out great. So
Yeah.
Dude, that's
More
where
events like that.
that's where it is. And I
Great
think-
event.
I mean, kudos to Michelle Williams for even like bringing this up, but like
Yeah.
the tweeners,
The tweeners thing,
That's,
yeah.
I think that's that. I mean,
One
you
of the
guys are
biggest
hitting
things
it.
we can do
That's where it
is remember how
Yeah.
important what we're fucking doing is.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
do you know anyone else that can do what you do
right, but most
outside of this room? I
Yeah.
can't name one. No one in my neighborhood knows what the hell I'm doing, or know how important it is, or how precise it has to be,
Yeah.
or how much school I had to go fucking through, or how many asshole party chiefs I had,
Yeah.
or how many
know,
great
yeah.
party chiefs I had, or how stressful it is.
So Tim, I think this is going to be a really interesting question. And I'll ask you the same thing. When somebody asks you what you do, what do you tell them?
Ooh.
I'm a surveyor, but obviously you start with that. And I'm like, listen, I do mapping, I split land, I create 3D models. I'm like, and I jump right into this. I'm like, if you want to do anything with anything, you need me.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. If you have a bare piece of land,
Yep.
you need me.
Yep.
One of the first questions I ask when someone calls, be like, I need a survey. What kind of survey? Well, I don't know. Is it a bare lot?
Yep.
Because a bare lot will turn in from $1,000 to to $1,500 for the topos, and so on and so forth.
Sure.
Which I usually say is, what you trying to do?
Exactly. I'm like, where are you at in the process? Do you have an architect? Do you have an engineer?
Mm-hmm.
And I go, dude, I have engineers, like we all work. And I realized in my networking things, like all the people I know, I'm like, dude, when I go to do stuff in my house, but I'm like, I got to say, like, the biggest thing that I've been reminding myself of lately is how important we are. Not me. I'm like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm perfectly confident in everything I do.
Yeah.
Educating clients. You can't do it that way, and here's why. I literally saw a survey yesterday that said corner per deed document. It's not in. I'm like, we need a setback, sir. I'm like, we need it right now. I'm like, but your corners aren't in.
Yeah.
Well, your setbacks are controlled by your, I'm like, education.
Yep.
Telling people,
100%.
here's why you need to do this, and here's the reason behind it.
Yep.
And I think when you're trying to get younger people or people are outside our profession, explain to them how important we are, and don't make them feel stupid, but be like, hey, where's your boundary?
Yep.
You don't know? Okay, cool. Well, where's your setbacks? Well, your setbacks are based on your boundary. Educate. The more
100%.
the more you tell people about what you do, and you don't make them feel like they're lost. And that's been my hardest part is being like patient.
Yeah. Right.
And being like, listen, you need this, and here's why you need this.
Sure.
And the more we can tell people, like, hey, if you don't do this, you're going to look at huge problem down the road. Arcadia District. You guys do surveys around here? Well, we just use the wall. Good luck, homie.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
I think that's the biggest thing we can tell people is like, dude, if you tell people how important you are and you explain it to them in terms they understand.
It's the adding value.
Exactly.
100%.
Add value and be like, listen, if you don't do this now, what's that old adage about having a tool? If you need a tool and you don't buy it, you will find over time that you have paid for it and you don't own it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
What percentage
good
of
one.
you guys' day or week do you think you give offering free advice?
Almost
lot.
every phone call.
A lot. I mean, with just just educating clients, but also all the outreach stuff that we do, and
Well, I'm saying free advice to clients. Obviously,
I've literally I have two reviews.
I don't consider outreach to tweeners and kids, and I don't consider that free advice. I consider that an investment.
No, but I'm on
like that.
Angie's or whatever, and I have reviews on there because I've told people like, listen, you don't need a survey.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to help you. I look up their deed. I look up. I'm like, if you have something you can send me, I'm like, I look it up. I'm like, listen, here's what you need. You don't need to do a survey. Go out and see if you can find these couple things. And I got good reviews, being like, hey,
Because you're actually helpful.
And they're like, oh, he. I'm like, I'm gonna try. I try to save people money when they come to me, and I think that's part of that. Like, oh, you need to change your prices. I'm like, I'm really not trying to burn people.
Well, there's a difference between valuing what you do and, asking
to
a
help.
fair price for that and not being an asshole. Like, it's okay to just help somebody. Like, hey, you know what? You actually don't need my service.
Yeah.
This is what you need. I can tell you in 60 seconds.
I had a guy up here against the canal on Campbell and like 31st Street or whatever. He's like, it looks like there's an easement. We don't think there's an easement. So I just did a little research and I'm like, there's an easement.
Like,
He's
did
like,
you know
all right.
there's a
I'm like,
website for
I
that?
just
It's
sell
like
you.
right here.
I
Here,
just
look.
saved you $1,200, dude.
Right.
Just find out that you do have to clean out that canal.
Right.
yeah, it's harder when it's a passion, right? Like when you get a challenge like that, and it may be just the email, but you're sitting at your kid's game and you're on the Maricopa County assessor, and you're
I know, right?
like,
and that's the thing. And
Isn't that your favorite when they call you as if you already had the project open in front of you?
Right.
Hey, here, look at the southeast corner. I'm like, I'm on it.
It might take an hour or 2 hours just to figure out where we're at and what we're doing here.
No English.
I'm driving my kid from one side of the town to the other, and I'm talking
Oh,
to
yeah.
you on my
You
car.
get that too where they're
Tell
like,
my
oh,
kid to
you're not a
stop
human
talking.
being.
Yeah.
I'm
that's the
taking my
thing,
kid to
though. It's
school. Is
like-
that okay with you?
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm going to drop off my kid, and then I'm going to pull over, and then I'm going to pull up my laptop, and then I'm going to look at what you're talking about, and then I'm going to give you a very great answer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's my blessing and a curse. I put that RAM out in my truck with the Wi-Fi hotspot.
Oh,
Yes,
no,
I
no,
can
no,
answer your
no,
question
no,
immediately.
Yeah, because then you're
And
just
fuck, I can answer the question immediately.
Yeah,
That's what. Yeah.
they're just like drawing out lines while
Hey,
you're
walk
doing
up to your
70
truck.
down the freeway. Like,
Quite
oh.
the setup you have here, yeah. And you're bitching how much it costs.
Well, I had an old rancher one time, and when I first started out, and I gave him a card, and he looks at my card and kind of holds it back and forth, and looks at me and looks back at my card, and he's like, "So you got your own business, huh?" I'm like, "Yes, sir." And he's like, "Well," he's like, "This is what I can tell you." Just kind of got silent. He looks at me. He's like, "Answer your phone. Don't lie. Pay your taxes."
Ah.
Good stuff.
That is
some of my
good
best
stuff
clients.
right
Some of my
there.
best clients, they tell me, they're like, you know what? You always answer your phone.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I actually have one like text me, but they're like, I love that you always answer your phone. I'm like, that's not always the best answer. But always answer your phone. The taxes thing, I'm like, Jesus Christ, how much more shit do I need to buy so I don't have to cut this giant check?
I know. And some of
Just
these,
keep buying shit. Just
some of
keep
these
buying
phone
shit.
solicitors, their numbers are
Oh,
they're
those are my
623
favorite.
480 numbers, so you have to answer it because it could be a client. You don't know.
Oh,
I mean, they'll
Verizon has
save
that
every
cool little
number
check
and
mark
then-
verified thing now. Thank
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. How you doing? This is Will.
Dude, last year I had someone from 408 area code, which is California. Her name is Armida, and she signed up for.
Does she want a sponsor? Is she looking for a sponsor?
No. She wanted help with Medicare, and so for 3 months, all I got was Medicare phone calls all day, every day.
That's the AI. It's crazy.
So
But I can tell you that back to that guy. I manage a lot of different businesses, and one of them is the material testing that you said, and we have been very successful in the material testing business just because we answer the phone.
Yep.
Not better
Oh,
at
you know,
it.
you know how many
The-
people would go with
the-
me just because I answered the fucking
the,
phone?
The test methods haven't changed since 1948. We're not doing anything different. There's no new technology. There's no new fancy anything. It is the same slump and the same everything from.
I
for
get that.
70
I
years.
appreciate that you answered the phone so many
We
times.
just answer the phone, and we are head and shoulders above our competition.
right, even
And
if you can't do it, you're giving them an explanation. You're
all
saying-
it takes.
Yep.
I love it.
Hey there, Geoholics. Just a quick shout out to this week's featured friend of the program, ProStar. ProStar is a software company specializing in developing precision mapping solutions focused on the critical infrastructure industry.
ProStar's flagship product, PointMan, is a patented cloud and mobile mapping application designed to significantly improve the workflow processes and business practices associated with the lifecycle management of critical infrastructure, both above and below the Earth's surface.
Well said. Some of the largest entities in North America have adopted ProStar solutions, including Fortune 500 construction firms, subsurface utility engineering firms, utility owners, and government agencies.
ProStar has strategic business partnerships with the world's leading geospatial technology providers, data collection equipment manufacturers, and dealer networks. To find out more, go to prostarcorp.com and tell them the Geoholic sent you.
Let's go around final thoughts.
Go for it, buddy.
Tim.
I believe that the guys like us,
Yeah.
like a core group of surveyors,
Sure.
like this, like I like your outreach. I am so excited that you asked me to come in because I like that I get messages from the real field crew. You know, Can't Grow? Got messages about you.
Yeah.
So your voice is being heard.
Yeah.
I come in and I'm like, yeah, I'd like to hear myself talk, but I'm like, I really feel like you're reaching more people than you are.
Appreciate that.
And you think you are, and you need to start getting meaner.
Mhm. Here,
Because
here.
if you did a service and you're not getting paid for it, fuck that. But I would like to see, honestly, out of this restart, new
Yeah.
place, new everything.
Sure.
Man, God, we gotta get some new people in here, man. I'm getting older.
Yeah.
Health problems, all this.
Mm.
Remember, we gotta get some new people.
Yeah. When you start having health problems, it's like, and we.
You want to look at my
Squares
face when
it all
I went in
back,
and saw
right?
you? I was like,
Here's the thing, and you guys are gonna love this. We went and saw Jim Brewer last weekend up at
Oh,
Croats.
Fargo, yeah.
Yeah, and he had this one part of his bit where he's like, I got to tell you, he's 53 years old. He goes, I'm 53 years old. He's like, over the course of the last 2 years, the check engine light has come on twice. He's like, it's scary.
Dude, I'm not
scary.
shitting. When I walked in
Yeah.
that office to borrow that metal detector from
Yeah.
you, I was in panic mode because I'm like, I told you, on the tumor on the liver.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember. You had
Yes,
that
that's
whole.
right, that's right,
You
yeah.
were having
Yeah.
a baby.
yeah.
Yeah. Was it a boy or a girl?
I just got
No.
No, but as I get older, I really do start thinking. I'm like, okay, who's going to take our place? I'm like, and I see these surveyors with these giant numbers. I'm like, that's not really made that up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that you have this voice out there. I'm like, we got to have someone to replace this, man.
It's a great point.
Sure.
It's a great point. Great point. Will, what you got, bud?
Wow.
Boring.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I mean, I do what I can in my surroundings. You know what I mean? I'm trying to teach my kids to you know, survive.
So you've got 3 kids.
Got 3 kids.
Of the 3, how many of them do you think will be surveyors?
I think all of them will be.
Really?
But it might
No
not
shit.
be. Like I said, surveying is a broad field, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they'll be in GIS.
Sure.
Maybe they'll be
Geospatial.
They might
Doing
be,
something.
Geotechnical engineers are awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm married to an electrical engineer. I don't know if I said that earlier. But
That's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot.
There's a lot of math going on around our place at night.
Will, I'm hiring,
But-
I'm hiring interns, and I have no age restriction. Just letting you know.
So like I said, I try to do.
I don't
try to
have
do what
an
I
HR
can.
department.
I try to do what I can in my space, and then I really try to help out in the next. You know, it's like a archery target, right? I grew up shooting archery. This is the space that I live in. This is the space that I can, you know, make a difference in. But if I can make a difference in those people, then they can expand into this field, and then, you know, so that's what I'm aiming at. And like I said, there's a lot of support and different outlets to be able to, you know, channel this energy through. So AZYSN, APLS, they've all been big, but going to all these different outreaches, anything that we can do. I mean, we were down in Tucson last year in last year in, I think it was in November. And I mean, we had 100 kids at a time for 2 days. Every half hour, 100 kids, and these are all kids from.
Oh yeah. That's
easy
a
construction
big
career.
yeah.
I
that's
mean,
a big event. Yeah.
They had kids out there.
Awesome stuff there.
Yeah, I mean, and it's focused on construction, right? So they're all they're letting the kids drive loaders and bobcats and do 3D, you know, driving bulldozers on another site over there that's all remote. And then they come to our site, and I've got the 3D scanner set up, and we're
Yeah, my
scanning.
shit.
Oh, we're scanning a
Your
well
phone
site.
finally works.
We're scanning there's a well drilling machine here, and I'm letting the kids scan it in 3D, and then I'm showing them the 3D model on the data collector, and they're able to pan around and look at it, and you know, I'm just like, we can take the same model and we can put this in a video game. We can do, you know, all this other stuff.
Have you
love
guys seen?
the
Have you
video
guys
game
seen
idea.
Survey the video game
No.
that they do at Dimensions?
Really?
You've never seen Survey the video game?
I don't think I've
It's
seen
a
it.
surveyor walking around with a fucking rod, dude.
Really?
I'm gonna have Scott Spear spin it to it.
Yes. I've always said I'm like a survey video game would be
Dude,
pretty cool.
you play with an Xbox controller.
Spears would have the high score.
I was
on
at
that,
Dimensions with Bashke before
Yeah.
he, and up there I was like, survey the video game, and I was hammered drunk. I'm like, observe control point.
So you got highest score, obviously.
yeah, I just laid there.
Just lay there. Oh, man, I think the the takeaway is like everybody has the power to make a difference. You know, it could be a little bit of a difference. It could be a huge difference. You know, and it takes everybody to do it. You know, it's not just people that make huge differences. It takes everybody to do that. And you know, I mean, Tim, I mean, you.
I wish I could share my knowledge like with so many fucking people because I'm so tired of doing so much.
Yeah, I mean that's a really good point. But you have a great story. Will, you have actually your stories are a lot alike. You know.
Yeah, we got to coordinate, man. We got to.
And it's like
Block you on MySpace.
you have MySpace, yeah. I mean, you have a lot of the same successes. You have a lot of the same challenges. It's just having these conversations is a great learning experience. It's like nobody's got the perfect answer. Nobody's got the perfect solution. You know, we're all working together to try to make ourselves individually better, the profession better. it's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing process. You just can't give up for sure.
My last top comment is Tim said earlier is that who's going to take our place?
Yeah, it's a great one.
And I
gonna
think
fill their
that
shoes?
it's important to bring up that if this group can't figure out who's going to take our place, and the people that listen to this group talk aren't going to figure that out, it's not going to happen.
It's going to be
So
someone.
on us.
It's going to be someone uneducated and,
Yeah.
and unrelated that's going to be like, "This will do."
Yeah, and it's on all of us. It's
But
on
that
everyone that
deregulation
listens
shit
to-
scared the
it's
hell
on-
out of me.
Boom.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to that, but deregulation, that's a whole other topic.
That scared the shit out of me.
It's scary. It's
I thought I was
happening.
going to have home inspectors out there being like, "That's not the property corner."
Yeah. Well, it's like, was it like in North Carolina? Did you guys see that one? I think I'm pretty sure it was North Carolina, as a matter of
That
fact.
sounds like a place it would happen.
That I mean, deregulation is they have a different type of license now for I don't know if it was like a non-professional. surveyor.
or a fake one?
Yes, I mean almost essentially that's kind of what it was.
Nevada's doing the same thing. With
It's happening.
And
there,
Nevada
too.
is one of those big states where you have to have a fucking degree up here. Like it's fought. New Mexico.
Yeah.
I tried to get licensed in New Mexico. They were like, absolutely not. I'm like I'm that
Yeah.
close to a degree, and they're like, no.
Yeah.
Nevada, I was like, okay, because Nevada had one of the only online
Mm-hmm.
survey programs. I'm like, I'll take it up there. I'm like,
Yeah. There's some crazy shit going on.
But I don't want to.
Yeah.
This what I'm talking about is there's some crazy shit. We're not going to touch that.
Yeah.
We're going to get more people into doing the right thing, and
No,
and that's going to push out the shitty regulation all day.
And it's happening, because it's a generational thing. And I hate to say it, I'm part of that older generation, and a lot of there's a generation above me, of course, that is probably even more
Weird.
problematic.
Weird.
And they're getting the point. They're retiring. They're passing away. Unfortunately,
play hard.
And you're now in that.
And-
you're now that.
Yeah, but I'm not as. I feel like I'm in a generation that's a little bit different than that.
if he drops, I
generation.
call CPR.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, new studio space. We do need a AD in here, just in case.
Hey, steal one from Alta.
Oh, yeah.
I want to paddle you. Wake up!
just all I can say is
Yeah.
My zombie friend
you
Kent.
got to teach your kids to survive, right?
Yes.
Every parent wants to teach
Yeah.
their kids a skill to survive, right?
Yep.
Teach
100%.
them how to survey.
Sure,
right?
why not?
You
My
do it
daughter
every
brought a
day,
picture of
just-
Mount Rushmore the other day. She
Yeah.
drew. I'm like, those are
I mean-
3 surveyors.
Yep. There you go.
I mean, it starts at home. So
It
if
sure
you
does.
can plant that
Of course.
seed at your house with your
Yep.
kids,
And then they tell their
you're
friends.
the best teacher.
They
you know
tell
what I
their
mean?
friends, right?
You go out off roading with dad all day, digging up corners, and
I really
looking
want
at
to
deer.
see.
I mean,
I would
it
like to
starts
see this
there,
profession
right?
go back to where, the first 3 presidents, surveyors.
Yeah.
This is a respected professional.
Yeah.
Profession.
It takes all of us to do that, though.
Yeah.
It takes
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
to do that.
I have professional. I put PLS, even
I
though
do
it's
too.
our PLS.
I
I
do
put
too. Yeah.
PLS on my shit because I'm like, dude, I went through just as much work as you,
Yep.
and I do more work than you.
Yep. 100%.
Teach a kid to fish. Teach a kid to survey.
Yep.
Teach
Yep.
a kid to be a fisherman. Teach a kid to be a professional surveyor.
Exactly.
Right.
100%. 100%.
I'm just saying.
I will.
I mean-
Will over Easter. I don't know if you guys saw that on his social media, but he hid Easter eggs out around his property and collected a coordinate on each one of them, and then like Easter morning, gives his kids a receiver and a data collector, and it's like stake out to the Easter eggs.
This is the third year. This is the third annual. Third
yes,
annual.
it was fucking amazing.
How
It
do
was
you know your
amazing.
dad has mental health problems?
Hey, you're gonna eat.
That's
You're
awesome.
gonna thank your dad when you're 20 years old and can find a job anywhere in the whole
I,
world.
I thought it was
Well,
awesome when I
that's-
put I put a vest on my daughter, but all right.
But that's the
You know?
thing. I'm teaching these kids. Will's teaching these kids to get a job anywhere, anytime in the whole world.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. Bad economy, good economy.
Yep.
Whatever political side, whatever country, whatever anything, doesn't matter. It's one of those that stands through all that.
And
So,
the thing is, you don't need to spend $100,000 on a college education to make a really good
a lot of
freaking
a lot
living.
of these
The best
schools
surveyors
are
I
begging
know
you to come.
Decided to fucking do some education too, because you don't know everything.
Yep, 100%, 100%. Good mix there. All right. How
Let's
much,
wrap
Sean?
this up, man.
You got anything else?
Yeah.
You good?
Oh man, we got to stop talking.
Adding value and making friends. Once again, if anyone would like to be a guest on a future show, shoot us an email at info@thegeoholics.com. Parker Millsap. What would you decide it was? Hades?
Hades.
Hades Pleads.
Hades, please.
Available everywhere. Until next time. Hey, Will said it. Answer your phone. Don't lie. Pay your taxes. Most importantly, be safe and healthy.
Hell yeah.